Sup, guys? All right, sweet. We'll get into the outlook for today a little bit later as I've been just watching and managing the trade that I'm in. At break even now, I want to may pull back and take me up, but that's sweet and happy to be break even now. I'll start with GU for today. Not loving what GU is doing, to be honest. Makes sense to have a bit of a push up and then potentially sell. So yet to retest that 15-minute external break that we've got. Been stepping our way down. So as we mentioned yesterday, we're bit uncertain on what G was going to do. It didn't make a lot of sense to continue buying just because of obviously how high it was inside of the leg. We have now had a couple of internal breaks to the downside. This internal range wasn't too bad, but these current internal ranges are just garbage. Have obviously taken this low, working our way back up now, mitigating this point, which I believe has confirmed as a smart money trap, but we may see it take this decisional area and then get a bit of a sell off. So you can look for sells from here, more or less targeting the retest of that 15-minute external break and obviously the retracement that we're due for on the higher time frame. So see how that shapes up. You can definitely have a look for sells at the sweep of that point. It is a medium inducement as it is the decisional area and the 50% of Asia. What we've got on the euro, it looks like it's actually going to pull down and take me out of break even. That's a shame. Yeah, there's nothing more I can do about that. Yeah, I'm going to get pipped to break even, I reckon. It's feeling itself now. It needs to push from where it is. There's no reason for it to come back down. It's just had a good inducements. Now it's going to depend on yeah, whether this is a smart money trap or whether this is a smart money trap. Lots of liquidity built up, which is a little bit annoying. We did have a slow push on our way up, so all good. If it takes that next high, we're covering comms. But what we've got on the euro, so like I was saying yesterday, we're targeting this point here as retest of that daily, but also as our 15-minute leg. Our outlook yesterday was just absolutely spot on, perfect with what the market was going to do. Even ended up confirming this area as a smart money trap, but that pushed the upside and the sell-off. So looking really good. We have now taken this medium inducement, which was the catalyst for this trade. I see this as quite a strong medium inducement. We haven't got a mitigation, which I would have wanted to at least come down to this area. Didn't quite get that, but we did get our medium inducement. Got a straight range here. So got a lot of imbalance to fill after sweeping a point that holds what I believe is a lot of strength in the market. We have pushed up with no liquidity taken or generated into the mitigation of this area. Had a couple of breaks to the downside. We've now confirmed smart money travel, I believe, and should be pushing our way back up. Given for the actual setup itself, and it is against kind of a bit of internal momentum, I am only going to be targeting a 1-3 for this setup. However, it could very well come up here even to sweep that point. It is technically like a complex pullback inside the internal range as you've got two internal breaks. However, seeing this as point as retest, that's obviously why I'm expecting it to push up. But given it's technically a complex pullback, we could see it be quite slow. It may generate liquidity all the way up to here. So it could be a bit of a slow burn of a trade. So I could be sitting in this one and going on a bit of a roller coaster ride with it for a little while. So yeah, guys in the group, I'll do a case study on this one because I think it's a good one to have a bit of a look at. It looks like we may actually be getting that push from that point. If we can take this high, like I said, I'll cover comms, which will push me to some 663. So it'll put me to there underneath that wick. So that'll be good if we can get our way there. I don't want to watch it. Fuck, I hate watching trades. Cool. AU's actually started to develop some more right structure. So AU is what I would say is beginning to be tradable again. So AU, you've got the mitigation of that daily extreme point. You've had a nice internal break to the downside here. You've got an extreme area, decisional. The only thing that I don't like about AU is it's got no retest here. However, you could see this as a generation of internal retest, given that it is generating structure along here. Given the way that it's developing structure, though, I wouldn't be surprised if it just gets something like this quite sharp and there's not actually a way to get in it, or it comes up really aggressive and doesn't create any sort of structure for us to be able to work with on the way up to have as a target. So it's a little bit tricky in that sense, but you very well can look to sell it from the mitigation or the inducement of that point. In terms of buyers, I don't really see buyers on AU as a probability. It is inside a 2 hour point, so it may actually sell. You got that hourly up there. That 2 hour point's massive, so it's too big in my opinion to use as your area. Covers too much of the range. So looking to sell from the mitigation of that hourly point. The DXY, which was a lot of my catalyst for the EU setup, it looks like it's selling, which is great. Taking that weekly point. Now, I think the DXY, to be honest with you, actually makes sense to continue buying. But the reason that I'm looking at it short-term selling, break, inducement, mitigated this area here, or more or less mitigated the rest of that area. You've then had an internal smart money trap. So this is bullish structure, right? Break. Smart money trap confirmed at the take of this high. However, we're sitting inside of this leg and we can see the structure that's developed in here has been very, very minimal. We don't actually have any like retest or anything into the mitigation of this area. So I believe if the market is going to continue to push up, it needs to take this supply area, demand area first. Since the mitigation of that area, we've had a break to the upside, second little break to the upside. We confirmed this point here as a smart money trap. We've now broken low here, which should confirm this whole area as a smart money trap to see us push through here, which will drive EU up and should push us to our TP area before the market does this to come and retest that 15-minute area or 15-minute break. So that's the plan. That's the plan. Whether the plan plays out, who knows? Right now, oops. Do I get to cover comms yet? Do I get to cover comms? I get to cover comms. Beautiful. I'll do that after. Oh no, I'll do it now. Fucking Murphy's Law. 6-3, 6-3. Cool. All right. I got comms covered. Cool. So now we just sit and wait. So we should drive through. If we can drive through here, we'll get to there. Should get to there. Yeah, we're getting a nice follow through now, which is fantastic. So hopefully the DXY doesn't push before doesn't induce too soon. Yeah, look at these, they're flying. Off we go. Cool. Happy Friday. Cool. Beautiful. Love a follow through. Cool. Let's get TP. Finish the week off good. News-wise, we've got not really anything, I don't believe from memory. I think it was a bit of orange folder, then red folder later. Yeah, so you got red folder at 7 p.m., but it's not red folder on Forex Factory. It's on the orange, so I'm not too concerned about it. You got that 11:30 news and 11 o'clock. Yeah, you got actually EU CPI. Why is that not on Forex Factory? That's really bad. Yeah, you got CPI at 11, a little bit 8. So the only news that I would be concerned about is more or less the 11 o'clock. None of this will really do anything in the market. That's fine. That 11 o'clock and then the 11:30, obviously the yeah, PPI is going to have a pretty reasonable impact on the market. So yeah, see how that shapes up, see what it wants to do. Oh, look at these go. Yeah. Cool. Hopefully we can get to TP from here. We'll see what we want to do. Sweet guys, cool. Wrap it up there. I'm probably not going to be trading now. So yeah, I hope this pushes. I don't like seeing that. That is shit. Because that's technically a medium inducement. That sucks. I hope it doesn't push us down. Fingers crossed we keep pushing up. But yeah, let me know if you get any questions.